Hi, thanks a lot for listening to this tutorial video on the analysis of multicolinearity in linear regression using the variance inflation factors. So, the problem of multicolinearity in linear regression is a very important problem. In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to use variance inflation factor in order to analyze multicolinearity in regression. So you need to know that in statistics, the variance inflation factor is a quotient of the variance in a model with multiple terms by the variance of the model with only one term alone. So it's quantified the variety of multicolinearity in an ordinary square regression analysis. It also provides an index that measures how much the variance of the estimated regression coefficient is increased because of the collinearity. And Daniel claimed to have invented the concept behind the variance inflation factor, but did not come up with the name. So in the analysis of multicolinearity, it's important to calculate if we have k variable. It's important that we can calculate k different variance inflation factors, one of each variable xi, in 3 steps. So first of all, we must run an ordinary square regression in the that was xe as a function of all the other explanatory variable in the first equation. So if I equal 1, for example, so we can express the first variable in function of the others. That's the first step of the variance inflation factor. The second step is to calculate the variance inflation factor for each coefficient. For a concerned coefficient, the variance inflation factor for a coefficient is given by 1 divided by 1 minus the r square of variable. The variable which here the r square is the coefficient of determination of the regression equation in step 1 with xe on the left hand side and the other predictor on the second half hand side. So the third step of the analysis of multicolinearity using variance inflation factor is to analyze the marginal magnitude of multicolinearity by considering the size of the variance inflation factor of the concerned coefficient. So a rule of thumb rule is that if variance inflation factor for a concerned coefficient is more than 10, then multicolinearity is high. And the cutoff of 5 is also commonly used. So some software calculate the tolerance with which is just a reciprocal of the variance inflation factor. The choice of which to use is the matter of person preference. So how to interpret variance inflation factor will delve into STATA. So we have here model. So we have here a variable in STATA. We want to explain, for example, the GDP per capita using control and using some control variables. So we have GDP. So first of all, we need to estimate our model. We have to regress dependent variable is GDP per capita in current US dollar. We have explanatory variable that are, for example, we have population. So we have population annual growth. So I will put a variable population, a total population. We have school enrollment that can be used to explain the GDP. We have, for example, domestic credit provided by financial institution. We have economic openness. We have we have, for example, inflation that can also be used to explain uh, the variation of GDP per capita in current US dollar. So I tap reg and then click on OK. So we have expressed our model explaining GDP per capita in function of total population, school enrollment, domestic credit to financial provided by financial sector. We have economic openness. We have inflation. So the second step is to use the command stat followed by variance VIF, variance inflation factor. So you can see that our variance inflation factors has been computed. So we have total population which have a variance inflation factor superior to which is more than 5. So according to the term criteria, the value of variance inflation factor is higher than the cutoff of 5. That means that total population is source of multicolinearity. So the variation of the coefficient of our model is can be due to the total population variable enclosed in our model. So we'll estimate our model. We'll re-estimate our model without using variable total population. We have GDP per capita in function of, we will remove total population in our regression because it is source of multicolinearity according to the variance inflation factor method. So we estimate our model and we recalculate the variance inflation factor using the command stat variance inflation factor. So you can see that all our variable now have a variance inflation factor very slow, inferior, less than the cutoff of 5, which means that our variable inflation openness, domestic credit provided by financial sector and school enrollment can be maintained in our in our model. So that's it for this tutorial on variance inflation factor. We hope the tutorial have helped you very well understand how to very well understand variance inflation factor and how to use it in order to analyze your data. So see you very soon in other tutorials.